Hey everybody, it's Paige. So today's video is a makeup tutorial on this look right here. I used a couple trendy products like the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, as well as a couple of new products to me from e.l.f. that I received from Influencer. So you can see my first impressions on those products, and then I know that they are relaunching this palette like right around Christmas, and I was lucky enough to get it the first time that it launched, and so there's been a lot of buzz about it, so I thought I would make a video. But yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so to start off with, I'm taking this Vita Micrite 3D All Use Anti-Spot Serum, and I've been using this every day and night to try to fade any acne scarring that I have. Next, I'm going to go in with some products from my e.l.f. Influencer Vox Box. This is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer in the clear version, and I'm just massaging this into the skin. It has a very silicone-y texture, so if you don't like that, I would definitely stay away from this. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade 122 Creamy Beige. I love this so much. It is my favorite foundation of all time. I highly recommend it for anyone who has oily or acne prone skin. And then I am just blending that in with my beauty blender. Next, I'm going in with my Master Conceal by Face Studio Concealer in the shade 30 Light Medium, and I'm using this as a spot concealer as well as under my eyes to cover up my dark circles. I love this concealer. It is my favorite drugstore one by far. It is high coverage, it blends out great, it's creamy, and then I am just dabbing this in with a BH Cosmetics flat top-ish stippling brush. This is the Bare Minerals Ready Touch-Up Veil in the shade Translucent, and I generously apply this underneath my eyes with an e.l.f. small taper brush just to set my concealer, and I also use this brush to set any other areas where I used concealer, and then I switch over to a different brush and set the rest of my face using the same powder, just because even though this is a matte foundation, I have super oily skin and I need all of the mattification that I can get. Then I'm going in with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance Eyeshadow Primer to prime my eyelids. Now I am taking this Eco Tools eyeshadow brush in the shade White Peach from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm setting my eyeshadow primer. Now going in with my Luxie tapered blending brush, I'm going in with the shade Georgia and applying this as my transition shade. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Puree, and using the same brush, I'm going to apply this as my crease color, and I'm just going to keep building it up until I'm satisfied with the intensity of the shadow. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Summer Yum and a regular eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to pack this onto the inner and outer 1/3 of my eyelid. Without adding any additional product, I'm using that Luxie brush again, and I'm just kind of blending those 2/3 together in the crease. And then I'm going in with the shade Luscious, and this is just a regular eyeshadow brush, and I'm applying this to the middle 1/3 of my eyelid, and I'm just going back into that eyeshadow until it is as intense as I like it. And then I'm gonna kind of blend out the edges, and using the shade White Peach again in that same brush, I'm going to clean up the edge of the eye, and to add a little pop of intensity, I'm going to take the shade Nectar and apply that to my brow bone and inner corner. Now I'm taking a precise angled eyeshadow brush from Eco Tools and the shade Puree again, and I'm just going to smudge this along my lower lash line just to kind of balance out the eye a little bit. Now that I have my other eye done, I'm going in with my IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil in the shade Universal Taupe, and I'm just taking the spoolie and combing that through my eyebrows just to kind of tame them a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with the pencil part and fill in little areas where I need filling in to make my eyebrows look a little bit more symmetrical. And then I'm going in with the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express Mascara and just applying that to my eyelashes. I like to do several coats of this just to really build it up and make my eyelashes as voluminous as possible. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter and Bronzer in the shade, I'm not sure, but I'm just taking that e.l.f. Small Taper brush again and really digging into the bronzer. It didn't end up working out for me because it just wasn't showing up on my skin, but I show you my attempt at using it, and then I switch over to my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I realized that the little black book of bronzers is no longer available, but you can buy all of these bronzers individually, and I'm using the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and this is my Real Techniques bronzer brush that I absolutely love. I don't know if it's meant for bronzer, but that's what I use it for, and that's what I love it for. Now I'm using this brush that looks like it's Real Techniques, but it's actually just from Marshall's, and I'm taking the Chocolate Soleil bronzer this time and applying that as my contour shade. And then I'm going in with this e.l.f. Pressed Mineral Blush in the shade Wanderlust. I love this blush so much, it's really pigmented, and I'm just applying that with a BH Cosmetics blush brush. I am going back to the e.l.f. Bronzer Highlighter Duo, and I'm taking this Real Techniques highlighter brush and applying the highlighter, and again, I was disappointed with this as well. I really was digging into the product, and it was a little bit more pigmented than the bronzer, and I still applied it to my cheeks, nose, and Cupid's bow, but I ended up going back in with the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in the shade King Tut to really add that pow intensity. This is the e.l.f. matte lip color in the shade Wine. I really love this product. I already had a couple of these before the influencer box, but I just fell in love with them all over again. They are so creamy and comfortable to wear. They are opaque. They do transfer, but pigmentation stays on your lips for like forever. and I'm definitely going to be picking more of these up. I highly recommend you at least try one of them. They've got a nice selection of colors to choose from. And that is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you in my next one.